Hi, I'm Raven, and for today's video I'm going to show you how I made my creativity anointing oil. An anointing oil is supposed to anoint items such as candles, puppets used on sigils, your own clothes, and so on. You can use this oil in your spells or rituals or other magical workings. These types of oils are typically safe to use on hands to anoint objects, but it is not meant to be consumed. However, you should always do a patch test just to make sure that your skin is not sensitive to some of the herbs that you're using to make this anointing oil. So my intention is to create an anointing oil that I would use for any workings regarding creativity and inspiration. I have a lack of inspiration when my mind is too cluttered. So when my mind is filled with too many thoughts, at some point I get some type of blockage that interfere with my ability to visualize and create new art. It can also happen when you are burnt out and you got lack of motivation to create, which can happen when you don't take a break for too long, especially for those of you who work from home or have their own business, and it's hard to be organized and find time for yourself and find a balance between work and your own private life. You kind of end up mixing them together, and at some point you get burned. There are ways to fix this, and if you are interested to know what I do when I feel this way, let me know and I could do a video about it. But for today, we are going to create an anointing oil that is going to clear your mind from thoughts and let your inspiration come forward. So here I have some of the items that I'm going to use, and the first thing that I got is this tool that I use to carve my candles with. You are then going to need a pen, a piece of paper. I made a circle, but you don't have to. I have an orange candle. This color to me represents creativity and inspiration, but if it doesn't feel right for you and you think another color would work better, then use your intuition and do what feels right for you. A lighter to light your candle. I feel I don't have to explain that. And this one I guess you don't need if you are using a bigger jar. I will use it to add oil into my jar without making a mess everywhere. So you're going to need a jar with a metal lid, and I already explained why in my other videos, so I'm not gonna repeat myself for those of you who already watched my previous anointing oil videos. Next, you're going to need herbs that correspond with your intention. Lavender. So lavender reduces mental stress, alleviates anxiety, and increases alertness. It does this by causing a reaction in your brain's pineal gland, which causes melatonin to be released. It might seem counterintuitive to think that a relaxant can help your creativity, but it really can. Feeling relaxed helps the creative part of your brain to thrive, and your creativity will start flowing. And actually, lavender is not used just for relaxation. It can aid in enhancing your psychic abilities. It is used also for protection, divination, and dream work. I thought I'd throw this out because many people don't realize how cool this herb is and that it has so many other correspondences. So rosemary stimulates both the nervous system and circulatory system. This in turn can increase the amount of blood flow in your brain. This gives you a cognitive boost and improves memory, creativity, and concentration. Cinnamon. Cinnamon works magically with one's mind. It increases concentration and would be a well-chosen herb for those of you who have trouble focusing. It is also very useful when you have to make choices. I know I have trouble when it comes to making a choice, to the point that I get tired and then just leave whatever I'm doing. And for the fourth herb that I'm going to use is orange peel. And I chose to use it in my oil because it is associated with your sacral chakra. And for those of you who don't know, the sacral chakra is believed to be the second chakra in the human body. It's thought to govern how you experience sexuality, creative expression, emotions, and more. So it's going to help balance your sacral chakra so that you're able to be more creative. Also, orange to me feels very peaceful, but not like the blue color when you do healing workings and you feel a deep relief. It feels like I'm so positive, happy and productive and so ready to get things done. Please make sure that the herbs that you're using are dried so that you don't get any mold in your oil. You are going to need also a carrier oil. A carrier oil can be whatever oil you have. It can be sunflower oil, olive oil, almond oil, really just anything you have or prefer to use. The difference between them is the smell and how light it is on the skin. I'm going to use grapeseed oil because it is very light and doesn't have any smell, and also because that's what I have and I always use for my anointing oils. I'm going to also use a tray so that I don't ruin my altar cloth. I also would like to mention that this is how I am going to do this oil, but I'm not actually putting any intention in it now, just because filming and doing any working will distract me and I will do the energy work outside my camera, but I just want to show you how I am doing it. And it's going to be with all of my magical workings on this channel. It looks easy, but I have the camera in front of my face and I have to be very careful not to move it around. And I guess most of practitioners who do spell work or other magical workings on YouTube don't actually put any energy in it. It's just to show you how one might do it so that you get an idea. Or they would do the working, film it and upload the video after the working has manifested so that nothing can interfere with it. So I'm going to add the herbs in my jar, making sure that I don't add too many of them. As always, I think you should fill around a quarter of your jar with herbs. You don't need to fill it up. You can charge each herb with your intention, or you can just add them all to your jar and charge them all together. And to do this, you want to center, ground, move your energy in your hands while holding your herbs or jar, and you can close your eyes if it helps you to relax, or just keep your eyes open and think about what you want this herb to do for you. I have trouble with concentration because I suffer from anxiety and have a fear of getting everything wrong. So what helps me a lot is to write all the herbs correspondences on a piece of paper and just read them in my mind while directing my energy into the herbs, and you will know that it works when you will start to feel vibration on your hands, and everyone feels energy differently. I feel a combination of both hot and kind of a vibration or tickling on my hands. Once you charge your jar with your intention, you can just leave it as it is and start using it in a few weeks, or you can add extra intention by burning a candle. And I'm going to use an orange candle. I will cleanse it and anoint the candle with peppermint oil. And the reason it's peppermint oil is because I want to invite the spirits around me to help me enhance the energy of this oil, and in return I will give this candle as an offering to them. Peppermint is a really great herb to use when you want to make sure you attract spirits with good intention around you. You can take your carving tool and carve your intention on top of the candle. You can also add sigils if you prefer to. I carve my candles from the top to the bottom to attract, and from the bottom to the top to get rid of something. But it's not a rule, it depends on how you prefer it. You can burn your candle on top of the jar or just placing it near the jar. You write a petition and place it beneath your jar so that each herb knows what it needs to do and for what you're using it. Or just write for what you're going to use this oil and what you would like it to do for you. After you've wrote your intention on your petition, you can fold it towards you clockwise to attract inspiration and creativity. And just place it under your jar, or in my case, under my candle holder. I also use salt around any working that I do to make sure that nothing can interfere my working so that I can get the best results out of it. If you're working with your familiar or any deities, you can call on them to assist you in this working as well. So I hope that this video gave you an idea of how to make a creativity anointing oil. This oil was requested by you guys and I hope that you found it useful. I think I already made this video before, but I lost my footage and couldn't upload this. If you are interested in getting this oil, I do have an Etsy shop where I'm selling witchcraft supplies, and if you'd like to support my channel, you could check that out. Let me know if you have any video ideas and how you make anointing oils and what do you use them for, and I will see you in my next one.